Hello, I'm Halima and welcome to my channel. And in this video, I'll be talking about how to be more organized and productive. So I'll share with you 7 tips and habits on how to be organized and productive and to increase your workflow. So productivity is not about doing more. It's about making more use of your time. That means being efficient and effective. By being more efficient and effective, you need a good system in place. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to create that system, how to be more organized, how to be more efficient. So without further ado, let's get into the video. Let's get into my first tip. So my first tip is schedule time to make plans. Give yourself space and time to plan, to organize, to figure things out. You can't just take actions all the time and keep going all the time and expect from nowhere to have time to organize your life. So what you can do is pick a day in a week and take maybe 1 or 2 hours in that week and plan things and mark unnecessary tasks out. Check out your missed deadline and just reflect on your week. Okay, my second tip is keep things out of your head. An adult remembers 5 to 9 things in their short time memory. The average number is 7, which is not a lot. Most of us things like we can remember a lot of things, but we really can't. So you can't really trust your short time memory. So note things down, write things down. Just brain dump into the easiest place which is easiest for you to brain dump. For some, it might be their phone since they have their phone all the time. For some, it might be their notepad, their notebooks, or their computer. It really doesn't matter where you brain dump. Just find the easiest place for you to brain dump and store your information and your reminders, and you will worry about planning that later. Tip number 3 is build a system that works best for you. This may take a little bit of time, a little bit of tweaking as you go, but you need to consider what you need to organize. What app is best for you? What is your favorite app? Which method to do so? There are physical and digital ways to organize your workflow. All you have to do is you have to test things out and see which one works for you, which one is best for you, which one is effective for you. You just have to test all those methods and see which one works for you. Don't follow someone else's format or a format which looks pretty. No, that will be easier for you to use. For example, for your to-do list, you can use notepads or sticky notes or daily planner. And for those complex tasks, you can use, there is Todoist, there is Asana, there is Trello, and I'll link down below here and you can check them out and see if they work for you. And if they don't, then you can find other apps which is easier for you to use. So while building your system, you have to have this thing in mind. How do I keep this simple and accessible as possible and being effective? For example, if it's just something very complicated, then you won't do it because it will be too hard for you to do. So please, if you're using any apps for your productivity, link them below and share with us and give us your thoughts on what productivity apps works for you and which one are the best. Okay, my next tip is do the most important task first. Prioritizing. You have to prioritize which tasks are important to you. For example, if you were told to do 5 things that are most important in your to-do list, what will they be? They don't need to be 5. Any task which is important to do it first. Something which is important and impactful to you, do those first. It's not easy to do those important things first. So we usually push those important tasks back and procrastinate on those tasks. We usually do the easy things first. But the problem with doing the easy things first, it will make it harder for you to do the important task later. So you have to choose your important task, the things which are really important, and do those first, because if you don't do those things first, you will procrastinate and say you will do them later, and we all know it will be really hard to do those later. So choose those important tasks when you're creating your plan and keep them higher up on your to-do list. They should be the first thing to do. Use the Eisenhower Matrix. This is something you do when you are planning, organizing, and reflecting for the week. So Eisenhower Matrix is a 4 square box labeled column urgent, not urgent, and rows important, not important. So this matrix helps you to separate your action and tasks to the importance and the urgency of those tasks. For example, urgent and important tasks that you need to do immediately. Things that are very urgent and very important, and you need to do them as quickly as possible. That's where you keep those tasks in urgent and important. It is important but not urgent. Tasks that you will do them later. Tasks that you don't need to do them, they're not that urgent. Tasks like planning, organizing, or your long time goals, that's where you keep those plans. So in urgent but not important, you keep tasks which you will delegate. And on the part of neither important nor urgent, these you keep tasks which you want to eliminate, which they're not necessarily important or urgent. This matrix help you to create and prioritize your urgency task, your important task, and your not so important task, and keep you organized and know which ones you need to do and which tasks are important to you and which ones are not. Okay, my next tip is batch similar tasks together. You want to avoid something called context switching. It basically means switching from one task to another. So if you switch from one task to another, you lose that effectiveness because one, your brain takes time to mentally prepare itself to switch from one task to another, and two, you lose that efficiency of switching of things. So if you want to stay effective, save time, efficient, and energy, start batching similar tasks together and stay in that workflow. Example of batching similar tasks: you can batch errands together, you can batch planning together, you can batch studying together. You get what I mean? So if you are doing one thing, stick to that one thing instead of switching from one thing to another. It will help you to be more productive, save your time, save your energy, and you can be more effective that way. And this brings me to my last tip, which is plan your day the night before. I really love doing this because if you plan your day the night before, you wake up in the morning knowing exactly what your to-do list is, what are the important tasks you need to start with first. You won't have to wake up, okay, what am I doing today? What's the first thing I should do? You won't have to think of those things because you already planned the night before what you're going to do today. So I feel like that's a very good way of having a productive day the next day. If you plan the night before, the next day you'll be more organized, more productive because you already know what to do, what comes after what. I really love doing that because even me, if someone wants to do something with me, you need to tell me beforehand so I know exactly what I'll be doing on that day if I have plans on that day. So you really need to plan your night. This is more of like an advice, not a tip, but you need to balance your relaxation time and your work time. You can't expect to have a full-on schedule, keep on hustling, keep on going without having any breaks. You will burn out, and you can have too much of relaxation time or too much breaks or too much self-care, then you won't go to your full potential. You need to balance these two out so you can be more productive on your day and more effective. You can't do too much work and you can't be too relaxed, so you find that place where you are more balanced and which can make you more productive and more efficient. So thank you for watching this video, and if you like it, please subscribe, comment, and share, and tell me what you want me to do. If you like this type of videos, tell me, I'll keep doing them more. Okay, I want you can comment on what are your productive apps, what makes you more organized, how do you plan your life, and just yeah, thank you for watching. Bye.